Hello and welcome back to Divinity Gems. This is for my Cancers week of September 17th through 23rd. I wanted to do a little different spread today, so I'm going to use the Black Moon Astrology deck. That one there. And it has a here, now, and later spread that I want to do for you guys. So it's 15 cards, already pre-shuffled and pulled them out for you, Cancer. And then we'll pull clarifiers out of the tarot deck to get some clarity. But I did this for myself and I thought it was really good. Like the way, based on the question and the position of the card, it really did give me a full, complete story for what's going on, immediately. That just maybe the recent past, and then the now is, of course, the present, and then the later will be your future. So let's see how the cards came out for you guys, Cancer, and then we'll get into your clarity with the tarot. So there's 3 rows, 5 cards each, 15 in total. The top row is, of course, the hero, and this would represent your current circumstances. So first position being where you stand or what your situation is now. So let's start with that first position. We have the Sun card in that position. And the Sun card usually brings happiness, good news, any types of benefit that we were waiting on usually comes with that Sun card being out. The happiness, the joy, the positive outcome comes with this Sun card. So that being in your position of where you stand right now and what your situation is right now, it's a pretty sunny outlook. It's looking pretty good. It's actually a card of happiness and good feelings. So if that is your current position now, Cancer, your feelings are very stable and you're feeling pretty good this week with that being in that position. Second position, other people and surrounding circumstances. You got Pluto, transformation. So if you notice lots of relationships in your life changing, people that you've had to go back and deal with, maybe exes or family members or stuff like that, those were the changes that were occurring to you. And that being in your other people and surrounding circumstances, those people around you are going through something as well. Just as you maybe have been going through something the last couple of weeks, other people around you have been going through things as well. Also falls as number 11 in that card, which is sometimes awakening, people awakening, getting to know who they are. So that might be the transformation you're seeing going on in others around you as well in your immediate circle, your friendship relationships, your family relationships, co-workers relationships, people just going through some changes right now. And that is the circumstances of other people around you right now. They're going through transformations and changes. Third position, what you are not yet able to see, but what is still influencing the situation. You got the Void, of course, Moon, it's missing card. I'm going to break that one down to you a little bit because the explanation of that one is a little more astrology given in this book based versus, a tarot type, but it still comes back to the same type of energy. Using your intuition and stuff like that, of course, when the moon always is in there. But usually this card is saying to wait until the storm passes because there's something that we're missing. There's something that we're missing. So it says after thinking about it, the matter in question may fail. People around you might start behaving like screw-ups. Stuff like that can happen. Like you miss the mark, so to speak, with that Void, of course, missing moon. And that being in the position of what are you not able to see, but still influencing the situation. That's when something is pulling us kind of towards something else. While you're sitting in that Sun position in your happiness, something could be pulling you towards the happier outcome or leading you towards it without you even knowing it. So I wouldn't worry too much about that card being in that position. What are you not able to see but still influence it? It's those moments when we're being guided to do something where we're unsure of our direction at that moment, but we feel guided. Maybe this is the best course of action to take. In some kind of way we get guided toward the next place or the next path that we're supposed to take. All right. Fourth position, a path you are considering or where the situation is currently heading. You got Sagittarius, I see. So where's that going? Where's the path or the situation currently heading? With Sagittarius, there's lots of action in Sagittarius being a fire sign. They usually take the action. Also, the philosopher. So I see, meaning I get it, I understand. Sagittarius are great at figuring things out, being the philosophers that they are. So you're coming into a period where you're starting to understand where all of this is going, where it's leading, what you've been particularly going through, Cancer, and how it's been a cycle. And you're understanding and starting to see how this cycle has played out for you. When you get that Sagittarius IC card, I do believe you're starting to understand. So that being in your position of where the situation is currently heading, I think you come into a lot of clarity and understanding, which only helps the situation. Once we understand, we know exactly how to proceed and how to act, what to do, what not to do. And so your understanding coming along in this is already playing out through this cycle. You've learned a whole lot. And that's why I feel like you have this sunny outlook right now. Happiness comes with understanding as well. When we're feeling good, when we're inside of our own spirit, I think you're feeling pretty good about that right now. And your seeing and your understanding is there. And last position in the first row is the current energies and surrounding circumstances. So this is about your second house, which is what you own, your possessions, what you have financially, materially, the things that you do literally own. So this may be about shared properties, a vehicle, some sort of things like that, that are your possessions, your actual possessions. This is about what you own. So maybe the situation played out over some financial needs, some money versus more of the emotional type of needs. Maybe it was indeed about your stability. Your stability. We did have that grand Earth trine that was pinpointing everybody's stability a little bit. So from that top row in the here, where you stand, the other people, what you're not able to see, the path you're considering, and where the situation is currently heading, and the current energies. I do get a whole lot of lesson learned out of that top row, that you've been through something where you came out of it maybe a little frustrating through the period of the cycle, but by the time you came out of that cycle, you understood what it was for, why you had to go through it, and you're feeling pretty good about it right now. All right, let's drop down to the second row, which is what is evolving and where the energy is being directed. So the sixth position, what to do next and how to approach the situation. Your fourth house, roots, came out. This is about your family, those things that tie you, those things that bind you. And the fourth house, what makes you feel rooted in this world. So things that you are attached to sometimes fall into that category. But definitely family and friends are the things that we have going along, following with that owning card. I'm going to say that too is about our possessions and our stability, and us feeling our overall stability as a person in this world, Cancer. That being in how to approach the situation. Going back, really, that involves hermit mode to me. Going back, approaching this situation by looking back at the history and the patterns of cycles that we've played out before in our life. Are we repeating them? Are we doing something different this time that maybe is going to bring about a better outcome for us? But definitely examining our past a lot with this fourth house roots cards comes out. We examine our past a whole lot to see, are there some unhealthy patterns that we've not changed or not addressed, or could we be doing something a little bit differently if there's a pain point? Usually it's a pain point to bring it to our attention so that we address it and then we can deal with it. So that is going back into those things in the past that may have been brought to the surface recently through this cycle of transformation, trying to understand something. Where did it come from? Why am I like this? And you go back to those roots and you figure it out that way. All right. Sixth position, what to do next and how to approach the situation. You have Taurus, I had. Taurus usually comes out when there's something that they want you to go after. Taurus can go after things a whole lot materialistically, but just does not like to delve into their emotions and how they deal with people and treat people. So in this position of what to do next and how to approach the situation, it's saying it does want you to be a little more bolder. It does want you not to hold back on this situation, how you should be approaching it at this time. And this is going to be partnership influences as well. So, okay, the sixth position is what to do next and how to approach it, going back and dealing with your past. The seventh position is the influences from partnerships, alliances, and romantic interests. So this is where it comes to the Taurus energy, okay, in your seventh position. Influences from partnerships, alliances, romantic interests. Taurus being a little selfish spirited. Maybe it is about deciding this is what you want. I would say when it comes to partnerships, alliances, and romantic interests, deciding exactly what it is you want. I will feel like with Taurus coming out. And there's no wavering. Taurus is very stubborn type of energy. There's no wavering off of what you want or going back and forth or in this wishy-washy type of energy. Usually you have pinpointed and know exactly what it is you want with Taurus energy. So I'm going to feel like with the influences from partnerships, alliances, and romantic interests, you are just discovering and figuring out what it is you want that would make you the happiest and what would be the most stable and balanced for you in your relationships. Eighth position, what others are saying about this issue, but not to you. Messages. So might be getting text messages a lot about what you should be doing, what you shouldn't be doing, what they think about the situation and whatnot from friends and outside people. But it's saying they're not saying it to you. So maybe they're gossiping about what they think about the situation and how it should have went. But it's just messages back and forth. Nobody's really saying anything directly to you about it, but this is how they are speaking upon from the outside looking in what's going on with you. Ninth house, your hopes and wishes, possible outcome depending on what's happening now. So you have Capricorn, I use. Capricorn is very stable when it comes to their finances. Materialistically, they are usually the ones that take care of others as well. They're so stable. So hopes, wishes, and possible outcome depending on what's happening right now. With Cancer, I use being out. I feel like it's going to be a stable outcome. It's going to be something that you can depend on. The way it plays out is going to be something that's useful in your life. It's not going to be anything that you did and you felt like you wasted your time doing it. What you have going on right now in Cancer with Capricorn coming out in that spot, they're telling me that the possible outcome is going to be stable. It's going to be something solid. Something solid. 10th position, what is driving the situation right now? It's solar eclipse revolution. That is about the changeover from the dark to the light. Areas where you didn't see things a certain way, now you do see them another way. So the revolution has already taken place. I do feel like with the transition of you going through this, and at the end of it, the sun is right there in your current position. So after the eclipse, you changed something about you, and the darkness that was there is no longer there. Now you have full bright sun because of the way you transition through this. All right, last row, we're going into the future. The conclusion based upon the current conditions or future influences. So your 11th position, the state you're progressing towards, the energy coming in. That life purpose, North Node card. If this is what you're progressing towards, the energy coming in, it is trying to get you to learn a lesson. Most definitely when that life purpose North Node card is in, it is the North Node that makes us see why we're here. What are we here for? What are we doing? What is my life purpose? What is my gift to the world? What do I want to change about me? How do I want to be in the world? Those type of questions are all presented in that life purpose card. And if you are progressing toward this energy, you are trying to figure out who you are in this world a whole lot, and just what makes you you, what makes you completely happy being you, your stability and surroundings, what will make you the happiest in that. You're just going through a whole transformation on that, and I see that playing out overall. This is to get you to your happier state. This is to bring you more happiness and fulfillment and purpose in your life. So you're going through or have gone through this cycle here to bring more clarity to that area. What is your life purpose? What will make you happy? Happiest, living it out. Also, right behind that comes the Destiny card in the 12th position. So this is influence from others, that will have an impact on the resolution of this matter. Your destiny, your destiny. Who you're supposed to be with, who you're supposed to work with, who should be around you as friends and co-workers even right now. What is your life purpose? These two cards definitely go together. Your destiny and your life purpose is the focus, is going to be the focus coming up here as your later. 13th position, what you have failed to take into account, but what can be corrected. What you have failed to take into account, but also what can be corrected. You got Mars, which is force, which is action and power, kind of like an Aries card. So you imposing your will on something. So yeah, what you have failed to take into account is the action, is the force behind what is moving all of this right now. Really to help get you to a better spot than you were, where you were, like I said, with that eclipse card, that revolution card, where you had some darkness, to move that darkness out of the way in order to bring more light, more sunshine, which is more positive energy into your life at this time, removing negative things from ourselves, feeling more in touch and in harmony with the way we're living our life, and if we're living out our true life purpose with it, our destiny, taking actions towards it, is why this card, I feel like, is in that position. 14th position is what cannot be changed unless dramatic measures are taken. And you have Saturn's return, which Saturn just went direct. I want to say the beginning of September, like around the 5th or the 6th, Saturn just went direct, depending on what house it was in for you. This is where your lesson usually comes. Saturn is like somebody's father that comes around and gets you in the right mindset so that you can take your next venture forward. But if you were off, as that void of course missing card is, void of course moon, missing, if you miss the mark a little bit or what you're aiming at, like if it was career wise, I'm going to use the career here since I see this with the life purpose out. If you were trying to figure out what was the best new career or career path, or if you were actually in the proper career path for you, for your life purpose, if you were trying to figure that out and you are missing the mark just a little bit, maybe going down a path, that was an okay job, but that just wouldn't serve you in your life purpose and making you better. That's when we kind of get rerouted a little bit. That's when Saturn kind of puts obstacles in the way of that thing that is not so great for us, and all of a sudden kind of reroutes us to go towards a different path that would be more beneficial for us. And when we're going through it, it does not feel great, but at the end you understand it got you to your happy, and that's what the purpose of Saturn is. It's not to put you through a whole lot of stress, but it usually is a stressful transition. Sometimes I find when Saturn is coming to really change something for us and put us back on the right path. So that is what cannot be changed. Saturn's influence right there. That is what cannot be changed unless drastic measures are taken. And then that last position, the 15th, is the outcome of the matter based on what is. Changing your response to the matter can change the outcome. As we know, energy is fluid and it moves. So you change your energy, the energy of these cards change based on the energy of you. So outcome of the matter, I got part of fortune, increase. This is to build you up. This is to make you a better person. This is to give you some boost in an area where you needed it. And that's how it's playing out for you, Cancer. I want to pull a little clarity before. I want to definitely pull it on the Sun card. And use the crystal visions for this one. So anybody that was going through a love situation or making a choice over a lover, it's in reverse. With the Six of Pentacles being in reverse, meaning there is no balance in this. So for some of you, Cancer, that situation has been this cycle that you're going through where you were trying to choose between two people, quite possibly two lovers, looking for the one that was more in balance for you, the one that would fit with you the best. And right now, they were both in reverse. So you may have had to walk away from a love situation or a choice between something that you love. Doesn't have to be romantic when the lovers are out, but it could have been a choice between two things, two jobs, two friends. It could be. But in either case, there is no balance there. There's no balance there. And so maybe that was the thing that you were trying to choose between, that you have chosen between, to restore balance to your life. All right. Next clarity come out is the Queen of Cups and the Six of Wands in reverse, which is a testament to those two cards as well. You have the Queen of Cups upright, which means she's looking, she's searching for someone to be in that cup, for someone to love, basically. She's looking for someone to offer her emotions to, who is worthy of the Queen of Cups cup, who's worthy of that cup. But there was no victory there, which lets me know that some people were disappointed there when it came to love, that there was not the outcome that you desired when it came to love. But still, the cycle may have played out. So with Saturn in there, it might have played out for a love that was not in your best interest. If it was not balanced, Saturn will not let that relationship continue because it's not in your own best interest. Have the World card and the Knight of Pentacles. So that cycle is over for you, Cancer. I really do feel like with the World card coming out, that cycle has ended for you. You're about to start a new cycle. But the Knight of Pentacles is in reverse, so it's just going to be moving a little slowly right now. Moving a little slowly. If that was someone that you'd hope come towards you and they were moving slowly, now they're not moving at all. So that probably most likely is the play out of the one that was not balanced for you. If there's something that you wanted to move towards you and it was not moving towards you fast enough, or not at all, you weren't getting any communication barely from this person, that's the cycle that's ending. And that's why that cycle has to end, because that's just frustrating. When you can't get any communication from somebody, you want to know what it is. That cycle, if any of you were going through that, is ending. The slow movingness, it's in reverse. Like, it's not even moving at all. So that cycle right there is complete to me. With that being said, the Fool card in reverse and the Seven of Pentacles in reverse coming out next. Not taking a leap out there on faith toward that, and just being kind of tired of the whole ordeal of going through it, I feel like, is why those two cards are in reverse. Just tired of the whole ordeal of going through it, and you're ready for a new cycle. You're ready to start something new. Like I said, that solar eclipse coming out with the Sun card being up top, when you really just see, if you're here now, it took you through a point where it cleared out some of that darkness, and where it exposed some of that darkness, because it wanted you to see it where you were missing the mark. It wanted you to see where you were void of course, where you were off the mark a little bit, and where it moved you back to put you back towards your life purpose, your North Node, and your destiny. I learned a lot about North Node and life purpose when you really break that down, look at the North Node and the South Node, how we thinking, how our thinking, and then how it goes back to our mother side and our past life. Just go ahead and do some research on the North Node of the moon and see how astrologically that plays out for you. You get a whole new understanding. I got the Two of Wands. And the Four of Swords is in reverse. So the Two of Wands is about your willpower to meet through this. You are determined not to let this get you down, Cancer, right now. With the Four of Swords, I really just feel like you're tired of thinking about it. You're tired of the whole thing. You're ready for it to move to something better. And I see you just have a sunny disposition right now on it. Though you came through something, your disposition does seem sunny right now with that card being out first. Your perception is where it should be, and your strength is up. Your strength is up. You see that you're still on top, and you're still strong through this all. As it played out, you still have your strength on you, and you still have a positive attitude for the future, though you just came through something. I think you're really just glad it's over. Glad it's over. I got that Eight of Wands out. Yeah. Eight of Wands, Nine of Wands. You're just planning your next strategy right now. And as you receive more clarity, more insight, more knowing on what this situation was, why it was, and what you want to do next with your life, you're coming into a good space, I feel like, Cancer, of closing out a cycle, understanding the cycle, and being ready and allowing to move in towards the next cycle, towards your happiness. We all have to go through it. Law of relativity. We all go through these things as they play out in our lives, but it's about how we maneuver through them and keep a positive attitude through them, because it is trying to keep us happy. It really is trying to get us to our happiness. Not understanding is where we get frustrated. So hopefully that gave you some clarity and understanding, Cancer. If you do need to book a personal reading, it is www.divinitygems33.com. Till next time.